I know you may find this hard to believe, but not everyone wants to go to Yale because not everyone wants to be Blair Waldorf.
Not everyone can be. Since we're not friends anymore, let me speak frankly. You're not that smart. You lack focus and discipline. Charm is all well and good, but in the real world, knowledge is power. You wouldn't make it past the first round of admissions at Yale, no matter how hard you tried. Have fun in Providence.
So I just found out that girls from my old school are passing my videos around and making fun of me. Like we're still in high school, which is crazy because we're grown. We're 21 years old, you know. But it's fine. Honestly, it just seems like they're jealous because they could never be doing what I'm doing. So I don't really care. I'm going to be famous one day and they're just going to be sad and lonely and sitting in their rooms and judging other people. So.
She's effortlessly pretty, emotionally detached, and always unbothered. And just a little bit mean. You know her. You've scrolled past her on TikTok, seen her passive-aggressive get ready with me videos, or maybe you've tried to be her. In this video, we're diving into the rise of the pretty mean girl aesthetic. From Y2K villains like Regina George to the influencer girlies with monotone voices and 1,000-yard stares. We'll unpack where this trend comes from, what it says about beauty, power, and femininity, and why Gen Z seems to be obsessed with it. Before we get into this video, hi, my name is Caroline, your internet bestie who loves to yap and use my love of commentary to give glory to God and uplift other women. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe if you want to. Of course, you don't have to because it's definitely your choice. But if you agree or disagree with anything said in this space, leave a comment down below as I love learning and growing with all of you. The mean girl archetype isn't new. The mean girl has existed for decades, but she wasn't always aspirational. In the early 2000s, films like Mean Girls, Clueless, and Gossip Girl gave us a new kind of female villain. Beautiful, wealthy, socially powerful, and cruel. Blair Waldorf even said, "I'm not a stop along the way, I'm the destination." And she ate that right up. These characters were often people we would look up to, beings that we would aspire to emulate. Their confidence, the no-nonsense energy was something that girls wanted to have. These characters were often cautionary tales, not icons. But even then, their fashion, their confidence, and their cruelty made them unforgettable. I probably rewatched Gossip Girl like 2 or 3 times, and just Blair Waldorf, her whole character, her being, is just something that's unforgettable. Feminist media critic Susan J. Douglas once said in her book, Where the Girls Are, "Media's bad girls have always fascinated us, not because we admire their behavior, but because they're allowed to break the rules." The mean girl archetype lets girls express dominance in a culture where female anger is still taboo. It's one of those things that I think a lot of people look at in an anomaly. Sometimes when you see beautiful women, back then at least, you wouldn't always associate them with, oh, she's gonna be mean, she's gonna be aggressive, she's gonna be standoffish. But in our generation, a lot of people, when they see a very strikingly gorgeous woman, sometimes get a little bit surprised when she's super sweet off the bat. Ever wonder why that is?
I met one of those rude, nice girls at the Whole Foods yesterday, and like I thought they only existed online. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm. This is why I met her. Not specifically her, but I met a girl like her at the Whole Foods yesterday. The interaction literally went like this. Why don't you? This is the girl. She had cool glasses on. Why don't you go in front of me? Oh, thank you. Really? Are you sure? Yes. Look at this. She had a bunch of shit in her cart. Look at this. Like, you have one thing from the bakery, please. Actually, what is that? Oh yeah, these are the blueberry Fruitigo era. I don't know what they're called. The lady at the bakery had to tell me. The blueberry tarts, they're so good. Are you serious? Wow. Okay, great. Yeah, now I have to go get some, so thanks a lot. This lady leaves the line, heads towards the bakery, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, this is your fault, so thanks. Girl, they're gonna think I made you leave the line. Can you chill? The type of attitude to scare away men. I love it.
Gen Z and the resting baddie face. Like I mentioned, fast forward to now, and the mean girl isn't just back, she's rebranded. Gen Z didn't just revive her, they made her aesthetic. This version isn't rich and snobby, she's anti-emotional, stunning, and vaguely threatening. Her vibe? Think 𝚂𝚂𝙀𝚃𝙷, soft glam meets euphoria, detachment. A really good trend that this can directly relate to is the rise of the mob wife aesthetic. This clean girl with an attitude and hyper feminine luxury influencers who talk like they're bored. You know, I think a lot of people see these influencers. There's one influencer in particular, I'm forgetting her name, but I see her more and more on my For You page and on my Instagram, and she's just stinkingly rich. She's stinkingly rich. Her and her husband are always, I don't know, they're just living a really great life. She gets amazing PR and opportunities and events, and she's just very far removed, but not in the way that makes you dislike her or makes her seem like, oh, she's tone deaf. She's very far removed, but also just in a very like weird, relatable, cutesy way. I'm gonna try to find videos of her and attach her, but every time I watch her videos, I'm like, wow, I can't relate, but I'm like so happy for you because it just makes sense. Your whole vibe, your whole aesthetic, everything you've curated around you just seems like it makes sense for you. I remember one time I was watching one of her videos, she was eating breakfast and I think she just had caviar on the side. And I didn't bat an eye because I was like, yeah, that just makes a lot of sense for her.
Plate my breakfast with me. Our chef made a mix of traditional American and Chinese cuisine this morning. I'm most excited for these lemon ricotta pancakes. Next up, we have these chicken apple sausages. Side of over easy eggs, which I'm going to season with a little bit of caviar.
And TikToker at Christina Nadger, aka Tinks, who coined the term rich mom walk and regularly jokes about being a villain in your own story. It's not about confidence, it's about survival. You have to protect yourself, and sometimes that means being a little cold. That's a quote directly from Lana Del Rey. According to Dr. Carolyn Cocca, professor of gender studies, this aesthetic is a response to emotional labor. Women are expected to be kind, nurturing, and likable. The mean girl flips that expectation by weaponizing detachments. I think this is a very interesting conversation because I do want to touch on the fact that I'm not trying to uplift mean girls or bullies in this video, not at all. But it is something that makes me curious and ultimately made me want to start a conversation. Why does it sometimes feel like when girls are being mean, women who are perceived to be conventionally pretty to a certain caliber within Gen Z can get away with it a little bit more than the latter? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've just seen this in so many different instances, and I just wonder if this is a thing. Am I tripping? Or are a lot of people noticing this as well? Let me know, because it also kind of ties into the fact that a lot of these women who do seem to be, I don't know, give off RBFs, seem to be very emotionally detached, but they're gorgeous, still tend to blow up online. Is the prettiness of it enough? Or do people still need to have a good personality? These are things I think about. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
Game over.
Game's not over until I say it is.
Then have fun playing with yourself.
Compliment me. Tell me my hair looks beautiful.
But your hair looks disgusting.
What did you just do?
You'll see. Haven't you heard? I'm the crazy bitch around here.
Pretty privilege, power, and performance. There's a reason this archetype works so well. And it's not just about the outfits, it's about power. In a world that inadvertently rewards beauty with access, attention, credibility, being pretty gives you leverage, but being mean, that adds a certain type of mystique. There's TikTokers who have literally come out to say that we love girls who are mean, but only when they're hot. So this is a real thing. A 2021 study in psychological science found that attractive people are perceived as more competent and socially dominant, even when they exhibit cold or aggressive behaviors. It's kind of one of those things where, let's say you're in a convenience store or you're in a fast food service place and someone is having an issue. Are you quicker to help them if they look conventionally beautiful to you, man or woman? Or does it not matter? I don't know. I try to think about that from my own point of view, and I feel like it wouldn't matter, but ultimately a lot of people would think it wouldn't matter. But when you're in that exact situation, do you think it really wouldn't matter? What if it's not just like, oh, you're a girl and you're looking at a very beautiful woman who's acting very mean or rude, but you're looking at a very attractive man, a man that you would be attracted to as a woman? or vice versa, whatever you're attracted to. Does that make it a little bit different? It's something interesting to ask yourself. Villains like 𝚂𝚗𝚃𝙷𝚃𝙷's Maddie in Euphoria, or Madison from The Idol, whose power lies in beauty and subtle cruelty, show how femininity, when combined with dominance, becomes aspirational. Because who did not fall in love with Maddie in the season finale of Euphoria? Feminism, satire, and social media rebellion. Now, some do argue that this step is a step backwards in terms of aesthetics. Return to toxic girl versus girl culture, but others see it as a satirical feminism, a way to reclaim space by playing the villain. Brittany Broski said on her TikTok live, the villain era isn't about hurting people, it's about finally choosing yourself. That's why I do feel like it can kind of go back to what specifically are you being mean for? Is it about your power? Is it about confidence? Is it about something else? What's it for? Because I have, as a retired people pleaser, have had to learn myself that sometimes you can't always be nice, because sometimes people don't take you seriously, or people feel like they can walk all over you when you are nice or too nice. And so that can be a very unfortunate thing for somebody who does just enjoy being a very genuine and kind person, because this world doesn't always reward those people. Creators are leaning into this like a resistance. They're rejecting emotional labor, performative kindness, and being palatable for male validation. A really, really good quote from Bell Hooks. Y'all know I love using Bell Hook quotes. She says, feminist consciousness raising is not about being nice. It's about truth-telling. Think about that again. So this mean girl isn't asking for approval. She's setting boundaries, refusing to code switch, and being honest, even if that honesty comes off a little cold. So I guess you could think to yourself, is she being mean or is she being direct? Sometimes I don't really feel like those two have boundaries, because I notice a lot of people that say, oh, I'm just really blunt, I'm just really direct. Kind of use that as a mask when they're really just mean. But then maybe not everybody would perceive them as mean. So is the concept of a mean girl determined by the individual? Ooh, that'll cause you to think a little deeper. Where it's headed and the risk of performing detachment. But here's the catch. While this aesthetic can be empowering, it can also become a performance, one that ultimately isolates you. Pretending to be above emotion or constantly playing the pretty unbothered girl, that can really be draining. It discourages friendship, vulnerability, and community. A 2022 study in Sociology Compass warned that over-identification with mean girl tropes can lead to increased loneliness, especially among young women who use detachment as a coping mechanism. Coolness is often a shield for pain. The mean girl might be hurting. She just hides it better. Megan Thee Stallion, 2021. So ultimately, what's the takeaway? The pretty mean girl aesthetic taps into real emotions: frustration, powerlessness, and a need for boundaries. But being cold isn't the same as being powerful. Real strength lies in honesty, not apathy. Be soft and strong. Be kind and clear. And most of all, don't mistake detachment for healing. So that's all I have for you, besties. Comment down below if you've ever had a mean girl phase or a redemption arc, because I'm very curious, especially with everything going on in the world right now. And especially someone who comes to mind right now is 𝚲𝚃 from Love Island, this season of Love Island, and her redemption arc, and just seeing a lot of these people kind of go through their individual journeys. It does make me wonder, you know, how many people are overcoming things like this? Let me know down in the comments. I love chatting with you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to join our little family if you have not. And as well, thank you guys so much for 25,000 subscribers. I think it's insane. When I started reposting on YouTube, I did it because I just wanted to build a community, and that's ultimately all I wanted. I just wanted to build a community of like-minded individuals who just wanted to talk about certain important topics. And the fact that you guys have been flooding me with love and just joining our little family, I already know we're gonna get tighter and tighter, and I'm really excited to start implementing some new things to my channel in order for me to connect with you guys more, and in order for you guys to connect with each other more. So just stay stay very tuned for that because that's coming up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, besties.